Good morning, 10 o'clock, straight up. Dave Globe and Boogie with the Bull. Wednesday morning caffeine. With me today, my partner in crime, Randy Rhodes. All roads lead to Home Genealogy Services. Randy reminds you that if you get a hold of him, message him, tell him you're interested in your genealogy tree, your ancestral tree, all those trees. If you tell him that you heard about it on Boogie with the Bull, he will give you 1 hour of introductory genealogy investigation.
That's been updated to. If they get in contact with me and say Boogie with the Bull, they get 10 days free.
Oh, well, Randy updated it now. He said you just heard him live. If you get a hold of Randy and tell him that you heard about All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy Services on Boogie with the Bull, then he will give you 10 days. He will give you 10 days, which is a third of a month, because normally Randy does it by the month. We won't mention prices this morning, but he is the lowest price of anyone on Facebook that I know that does it. Matter of fact, he's the lowest price of anybody I know who does it anyway. So if you're looking for genealogy services from a guy who lives, breathes, eats, sleeps his whole life, is finding out about your life and your ancestors' life, get a hold of Randy Rhodes. With us this morning also is William Rayfield, the host of the Patriots Lab Uncensored. And we welcome anyone on the Patriots Lab platform that is watching us this morning. And we are live in the usual places. My profile on Facebook, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. Both of those have live chats. We're live at Boogie WT Bull on X, the Boogie with the Bull X profile. We don't have a live chat there yet. We will be live on Streetlock, Wimkin, Gab, and Truth Social this morning. Streetlock does have a live chat if you're there watching with us. Wimkin does not, and I promise that we will get it fixed the first week of July, and I promise that it will actually be the first week of July. But enough of that boring stuff and disclaimer stuff that people don't need to know. Mr. Ray, it's a pleasure to have you. Good morning. Why don't you open and tell us what is going on in your world, the actual and factual?
Well, good morning. Today is a great day. It's always good when you can wake up one morning and see some bullshit and wake up the next day and see the bullshit corrected. So, if you don't know on my end, one of the squad members has been deleted. The male cheerleader of the squad, Jamal Bowman, was defeated last night in the Democratic primary in Congress in New York City. So we don't have to worry about him filling a seat anymore. And that's just the beginning of more to come. God, I don't want to hear his big mouth no more.
Is AOC up for re-election this year?
They all are. They are.
Because I hope she's gone. I hope she's gone as well.
That's just the beginning, and it's good to see that we're winning. And, it's good to see people. And it was a landslide. So I look forward to seeing more to come. Also, tomorrow night in the Patriots Lab, we will have a panel roundtable live during Trump-Biden 2, the rematch. So if you have nothing better to do with your time, tune in. Thanks a lot. Look forward to a great show today.
Everybody, before Randy goes, I just want to let them know there will not be a Boogie with the Bull Thursday Night Live. We've decided that if you want to watch analysis on social media from Ray or from Jerry Michaels and Nikki Young, we'll be doing it on a Special American Rebellion tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We just decided that it would be easier to let those that want to do a special come on and do their special and not try to divide up the field of who's going to watch where and when and all. Plus, I really want to watch the debate and pay attention to it. So please watch Ray. Please watch Jerry and Nikki tomorrow night. I don't know if Randy will be on somewhere. Please watch Randy. And Friday morning, on Boogie with the Bull Red Friday morning caffeine. We will be discussing the debate as well, and I'm not sure who will be with us tomorrow. Who will be with us on Friday? We haven't yet set the final plan yet. But anyway, Ray, I'm sorry I cut you off. Go ahead, or Randy,
No,
whoever was up next. Randy, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up this morning surprised to see Julian Assange was in the news, and at first I thought, so what? But I looked closer at the news, and here he is a free man.
He is.
After 5 years of being in prison, and from what I understand, my initial, William, you probably know more about this situation, so please correct me. But I had thought that he was hiding out in someone's embassy for a while, or maybe I'm thinking of the other guy, the guy that had the sex change, whatever her name was. But I thought he was hiding in embassy. Anyways, he was in. Julian was in, I guess, one of the toughest prisons that he could be incarcerated in. Anyways, he came out free. I was trying to find out why, after all these years, he's being released. I haven't really found anything. My gut feeling is that we're just a few months away from an election, and this way the Democrats can take credit for getting him released. So what they said was that he has to appear inside a U.S. court, which they found some little country that I didn't know about that belongs to the United States, and he appeared in their court system, and the judge said that you have been punished long enough. 5 years is more than enough punishment for what you are accused of. I'm releasing you based on that time and place. So he's now a free man to go back to Australia. I'm sure he's going. I would have to think that because of his connections to computers and hacking and so forth, that he probably has some pretty strict rules attached to him and computers. But I can't find anything right now. Just searching a regular Google searches of what his limitations are. But I would have to think that at this point, he could probably get some books written, maybe some movies, TV series, or whatever, and start making some money off of his life and what he suffered for. And then I looked deeper. So what was this guy accused of? He was accused of releasing some top secret U.S. government and military information. The one that they spoke about specifically in the article was that during the Vietnam War, the United States helicopters attacked a Vietnamese village, killing, I think it was like 11 civilians plus reporters. And the United States government and military covered it up. He found it, and he released the information to the public.
That is just one of hundreds, maybe thousands of documents. He's the founder of WikiLeaks.
Right.
He actually has been resisting extradition from the U.S. for the past 16 years. They convicted him on the U.S. Espionage Act. They convicted him on espionage charges, I guess. I think it was Wednesday. He spent the last 5 years in a London security prison. So what happened, they released him and he pled guilty to an espionage charge. I forgot what charge it was. There's something strange about this because he has a lot more information that he has not yet to release. That charge that they charged him was related to, I think, an incident back in 2010 for the documents back then. It's crazy. We're gonna see what happens, because I think there's another deal that might be made, and I do expect I expect some crazy information to start coming out as we start getting into World War III, because it's crazy. Somebody that's wanted for espionage on so many different accounts that's been running from this government for 16 years. I've seen this government work, man. They're not all of a sudden going to be like, you know what, we've been coming after you for 16 years. We know you released some shit. We know you got more shit. But you know what? We're tired of chasing you. We just going to let you go. It's over. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. It's interesting out there. What else is in the news today? I mean, I know everybody is on anticipation of what the debates are going to be tomorrow night. William, what's your take on it? We haven't had you on.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be huge, as Trump would say. If you don't know now, you know the judge, Merchan, has finally decided to go ahead and, you might as well say, modify, lift, whatever you want to say, the gag order. The only thing he can't do is talk about the case and the judge. He can talk about the jurors. He can talk about the witnesses. It's going to be amazing, because, see, for one, the American people have basically already made up their mind what they're going to do. They're just tuning in to see, because the joke is on the Democrats, whether they know it or not. The majority of the American people are just tuning in to see what's going to happen with Papaw. That's it. Papaw's the big show. Papaw is the main attraction for tomorrow night. Donald Trump has been prepping for debate the whole time he's been going through these court cases. Donald Trump has been prepping for debate the whole time he spent the last 4 terms making America great again, his last presidency. Donald Trump is prepping for debate every time he goes into these inner cities and communicates with these regular, ordinary Americans. Donald Trump, no matter what venue or environment they try to wrap Donald Trump in, you can't beat the truth.
You cannot beat the truth.
No, because it's evident. It's evident. It's the obvious. See, when you have two such divisive sides, one that literally stands on truth, on what he's dealing with and what he's talking about when it comes to the judicial system, and when it comes to the situation of the country and what people really feel. And then on the other hand, when you have people and a person that is just thinking about self and destruction, and you can't. It's apples and oranges. No, it's apples and it's apples and onions.
Apples and onions.
It's not even in the same. It's not even in the same category of fruit. Yeah, it's not even. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna laugh our ass off. We're gonna see which Biden shows up, and that's literally speaking, actually and factually, which Biden shows up. Whether he's the pumped up on drugs Biden, whether he's Biden 1, 2, or 3, which one is he? That's all we want to know. Which Biden shows up? We already know what Don's going to show up. All we want to know now is which Papaw is going to show up.
Any chance the Democrats will try to flim flam and it won't even be Biden? It'll be someone else that they think they might want to run instead of Biden? You think there's any shot that Gavin Newsom might show up and Joe Biden doesn't show up?
Yeah. This might This might really be if the Democrats ever had an out. If the Democrats ever had an excuse, if they could ever come to the American people finally and say what the American people have already known, like they've done in the past, and it's a setup for Papa to self-destruct in front of the world so they can finally say, damn, we finally have a reason to come out and say, see, America, y'all already know the decision we're going to make is the right one. We can't let this happen. We don't care if he gets mad. Y'all seen it. We've been seeing it. But see, this is going to be their way of saying, y'all seen it. We can't do this to him. Y'all been doing it. But they don't care. They're looking for a reason. And see, this is just the perfect time for them to say, you know what? We have to replace you. And nobody be mad. We'll find it funny because we already knew what their game plan was. But they'll do it because they've been doing shit. We knew what they've been doing and they ain't been giving a damn so far. And they'll probably bring Gavin Newsom in on his white horse and try to say, well, Gavin Newsom, he cut the cell phones out in high schools. He's trying to make America great again.
If Newsom does show up, do you think Trump will still honor the commitment to the debate and just rip up Newsom, or does he have grounds to say, hey, I'm not prepared to go against Governor Newsom? I was expecting to go against President Biden.
Dave. See, we have to always stay focused on the big picture. We don't care if they put Daffy Duck. We don't care who they put in place. We know the agenda. Right. We know you can put paint on a pig. You can put lipstick on a pig. At the end of the day, it's still a pig. We know what these people are trying to do. Gavin Newsom, come on down. Oprah, come on down. Michelle, Mike, come on down. We know. So Trump isn't just going against Biden. Trump is really going against the elite. So no matter who they put in that seat, Trump is going to talk the same thing.
Yeah.
It ain't he changes not.
Right.
Do you think Trump is going to first off, do you think he's going to bring up Hunter Biden?
Of course.
Okay. Do you think Trump is going to try and get Biden angry to where he loses control of himself and he loses his place in his speech or his preparation to where he starts to break down and shows how feeble he really is?
See, it's hard to answer that question, Randy, because when you're telling the truth, and it's not like you're making shit up to go after somebody to intentionally. I mean, if he just states the actual and factual, it's gonna piss Papa off. I mean, Papa is unstable. He is, so depending on what type of juice they got him on, he might be over aggressive. But it's gonna stay the same. So if Biden gets upset, it's just going to be upset at the truth. They might label it as Trump attacking, but he's just pointing out the obvious. You know, put it this way. I don't think Trump is going to let the narrative or the debate agenda go the way that the moderators and Joe Biden try to take it. So if that pisses them off, oh well. Because I can see him using his time to just hit him with actual and factuals. Fuck answering the question. He don't need to answer no questions. Just hit him with the actual and factual. Take your time and hit it with the actual and factual. And let's see if they cut his mic off. Let's see if they don't let him just, because Lord, God forbid, because you know in the rules, Randy, when the other person isn't speaking, the microphones are supposed to be turned off. So you're not interrupted. So if they say, well, Mr. Trump, you were so, and then it's his time, and he says, well, in the first debate, I said he wasn't his son was making money, and now we know. Are they going to let him continue to spit out the actual and factual so people can hear it, or are they going to cut him off like the moderator did his lady?
Don't cut him off.
You know, so, but see, we need to see that. We need to see just how disrespectful the mainstream media is.
Right.
See, I titled
the question will become whether or not Trump, even if they turn his mic off, will continue to speak. Because that man can do, I'm sure, many rows of that hall without a microphone in a whisper, and he will be able to, will he just stop talking and honor the rules of the debate, or will he finish his sentence and, and then turn it back to Joe?
Trump is like us. Trump is going to stand there like he does with his smirky face and go, man, just look around. And the American people are going to be looking on their TV screen like, oh, shit, they cut his fucking mic. They really cut his mic. And we're going to get smirks on his face, and we'll be able to see.
I wouldn't be surprised if he starts moving his lips just to make you think that he's talking after they turned his mic off. No one can hear him.
No doubt. He's a clown like that.
Yeah.
He might start doing sign language. Never know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he whips up a card out of his pocket that says, my mic is off. Or he starts doing it in sign language when he's trying to say.
You know whose mic get turned off? It's going to be Biden. When he starts mumbling and talking nonsense, they might turn off his microphone to keep him from being embarrassed.
Yeah, gibberish that you don't understand. Back when I was the quarterback of the who's a what's a majigga football team, we beat Trump. We took him out behind the barn and beat him. I'm just thinking as a broadcaster from CNN's point of view, they're going to get a lot of views tomorrow night because everybody wants to see Biden make a bumbling fool out of himself, not really so much as wanting to hear Biden say anything that could get us out of the situation that we're in and justify another term. They just want to see what he does. And realistically, we all know Trump really doesn't have to open his mouth and say anything, because if Trump gets asked a question that Biden thinks, I wouldn't be surprised if Biden answers every question, even though the moderator is talking to Trump during Trump's time, that Biden will just open his mouth and start talking, even though it's not his turn. And I want to see the CNN sound text turn off the mic of the president of the United States because he's a complete idiot.
Hey, Dave, it's like you live in Florida, so you know what gators, I do. You know what gators are like.
Yeah,
it's like a guy advertising that he's getting ready to run across a pond filled of 50 gators. You think thousands of people are going to show up because they literally think that guy is going to make it across the pond? They're coming to see which gator is going to be the one to snatch his ass out the water. That's why they're showing up. There ain't one person driving 100 miles because they gonna go. If it's really going down, they going. And they go. And one person gonna say, "Well, maybe he can really, maybe."
No. the smarter ones of us are going to be saying, we're not going to drive the 100 miles because there's not going to be any place to park. And by the time you park, the whole thing will be over. We'll just stay home and let Randy Rhoads live stream it.
Listen, when you are as arrogant as they are, we have to remember they called them out. Yep. They called them out.
They did.
And then his party, knowing they have a half-wit degenerate. No. We're not gonna wait until we're not gonna wait. We're gonna put the fight up. We're gonna let you fight the champ prematurely.
Yeah.
We want to put you out there prematurely. We're not gonna wait for October.
Yeah.
Because you know why we can't wait until October? Because damn it, it's way too late to change your ass out in October. So we gotta let the people be able to see early. We gotta be able to make this early.
You watch and that virtual roll call. After tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they have that virtual roll call done no later than sometime over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean more and more your direction when it comes to that.
Well, they have to in some cases, because if August 7th is the deadline in Ohio for the Democrats and the Republicans to serve a certified candidate of both parties. And if you don't, then you have to ask for an extension. And I'm not saying that the Ohio state legislature will say no to President Biden because he's a Democrat and it's a majority Republican state assembly there, but they don't have to give him an extension. And if they say no and they don't, then he is not on the November ballot in the state of Ohio. And if other states have time to do the same thing, if Ohio says, Mr. Biden, you will not be on the presidential ballot, you can take it to the Supreme Court if you want, but our rules were the rules, and they were the rules long before you guys screwed up.
Well, if that takes place, couldn't the voters write his name in?
I don't know, only because I don't know the Ohio state ballot. I don't know if you're allowed to write in. You may only get a Republican ballot if you're registered Republican. You may only get a Democrat ballot if you're registered Democrat. And if you're not registered in a party, then I don't know what ballot you get in Ohio. So, and even if they write them in, you still got to certify every ballot was actually written in by the person who's in it. It's a whole big mess. I mean, I don't believe that Democrats in Ohio won't vote for him. I just don't, if his name is not on the ballot, I just believe that obviously he won't win the state of Ohio because his name isn't going to be on the ballot. And Trump's name is going to be on the ballot. So it's just a mess to me, and the only thing that frightens me about a virtual roll call, and even worse than a floor roll call vote, which is normally done at a convention, is none of us are going to witness the roll call. They're just going to do this under as much extreme security as they think they can do, and hope that nobody leaks it out, because normally this happens on the floor at the assembly. The first night they meet and they cast a ballot, the delegates cast a ballot, and hopefully it's the one that everybody wants. And I personally do not think that Joe Biden is going into the 2024 Democrat nominating convention understanding that there is better than 2-1 odds, I think, that he is not going to win on the first ballot, if at all. I think it's going to end up being a brokered convention. All kinds of deals are going to be cut, and I don't think all kinds of deals are going to be cut that are going to get people to vote for Joe Biden. I just don't see it happening. But somebody else talk. I got my 2 minutes there.
Well, I tell you what. We have been in shock and in amazement of what these people have been doing this whole time. And we find ourselves somewhat in a similar emotional state because we literally see them getting ready, at least trying to convince us that they're getting ready to put a man in front of Donald Trump for 90 minutes that we have literally witnessed is incapable of holding an intellectual conversation.
What is going to happen? Because there are no breaks.
But this is the thing. There is no good policy or no good topic that the moderators can touch on.
Right.
That is going to enable them or Joe Biden to make any sense to what the reality of what the American people think, see, and feel. See, this is the hurdle that they want to convince us that they're going to be able to get over. And common sense tells us that there's no way in hell that this can happen because we've seen he's not capable.
What happens when he raises his hand, Ray, and says, I just had an accident in my diaper. Somebody
he's not going to do that.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. I really believe this is the moment that the Democrats have literally prepared to have a legitimate reason to swipe him out.
Yeah.
Because they already know that the sentiment with the American people, no matter what side of the aisle you fall on, is majority. This man cannot be in control of our nuclear situation. This man cannot continue. See, and see, the Democrats, this is why I say the game is being played on them. See, they really believe that we are so focused on Joe Biden. We understand Joe Biden is just a figurehead. So when it comes to, like we was talking Gavin Newsom, it doesn't matter. The American people are done with the agenda.
I think you're right. The swap, regardless of when they do it between now and November, will be a kick in the whatever that I don't think the Democrats will ever come back from.
No, basically what the Democrats are looking for is a burst of energy to go into the next 50 years of their fight. Right. See, they have to find somebody that can go the next 50 years and be the next Joe Biden, or be the next Chuck Schumer, or be the next whatever evil dweller you want to pick out of the crew.
Right.
But yeah.
So I can't even imagine that there's a young Democrat out there that says, I want to be president just like Joe Biden?
No, because really, there's not even young people in their party dreaming about being Democrat, because they're like, I'm not being controlled by these people.
But if you listen to the media on the left, they have what the young people, like 65% of young people are voting for Biden. So to what you're saying here, you don't see a young person saying, I want to be like Joe. Well, then why are they trying to pull off that 65% or whatever the percentage is, high percentage of young people want Biden to be reelected?
Because they're lying. They're lying. Well, I mean, that was Bernie Sanders traveling all around when he was running against Hillary for the nomination going, they're not voting for you, they're voting for me.
Look.
You know, I don't believe, I'm sorry, Ray, I cut you off, but I just believe they're lying on that. They're 100% lying on it. They're so deep into their lies, as I've heard Ray say time and time again, that they have got to a point where I'm concerned, they have run out of lies. So they're just grabbing whichever lie comes into their head in the moment. And I think Ray, again, is right. America is saying, we've had enough. Whether it's Republicans or Democrats, we've had enough. We have the oldest living president in our history, and he's proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that a male at 80-something years old, 81 years old, is not capable of doing it anymore.
No. I've been watching more and more interviews, because I never pay attention to Generation Z or Generation X, whatever they call themselves. Okay. I've been watching more and more interviews with them, and more of them are speaking with common sense, and it goes against what you just said. It's not the age being 81, and these are Democrat kids. They're like, you know what? If Papa was competent, I ain't got a problem with him being 81. We have to understand, because it goes outside the realm of president. People say Jerry Jones is too old. He shouldn't be doing this and that. If your mind, because I wouldn't let nobody do it to me, and I wouldn't do it to nobody who's still capable. If somebody was doing a good job for me, damn it, you're gonna die in this office. You make
that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
You don't want to leave. You can stay. You can bring your cotton here. Damn it, I'll build a wing for your family, your grandkids. They have a daycare. You keep making me money. See, so the age.
That's what I meant. That I don't think they're looking at him and just going, I'm going to cast a broad statement that all 81-year-olds are not capable. That's not what I meant. They're looking at Joe Biden and they're saying, Joe, you're 81 years old. You're a Democrat, but you just cannot.
Y'all remember Jack LaLanne? Y'all remember Jack LaLanne? Remember that guy? Remember? Man, I used to watch that man on commercials doing push-ups and be like, whoa, yo. My man was doing all kind of athletic stuff, man.
When's the last time you saw Joe Biden do a push-up?
If Joe Biden did a push-up, it would just be a push.
Yeah.
Because his ass ain't getting up. Okay? He'll give a little, and you know what? He might have a heart attack. So I wouldn't advise Joe to get down on nothing no more.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I mean. I did not mean in any way that there are not 81-year-old Democrats that are not capable of being the president of the United States just because they're 81. That is not what I meant.
He's going to get escorted out to the podium.
He's going to get escorted out to the podium, and you watch. When it's done,
he can't get escorted out to the podium.
He can't.
That's the first round TKO.
Oh my God! There. But man, if they walk him out, hold him by the hand, or directed him, he lost that round.
Well, no, I'm sure they have done enough, quote unquote, practices of you walking to what he thinks the podium is going to look like, and they'll keep doing that.
Trump's podium? What if he goes to Trump's podium?
Then he's going to be
too high.
It's just going to be a laugh, because my concern is whether or not, if Joe Biden were to come walking toward Trump's podium, I'm not saying that Trump's Secret Service team and Trump's security team are going to jump the president and do something wrong, but they are going to get out there and politely turn him around and aim him back toward his side of the stage, because that's their job.
Randy, okay, you got to put your thinking hat on. You got to give me, I just want one. And you got to be on the other side for this. And you're good at being on the other side sometimes. That's why I'm calling you. You got to give me one good thing that Joe Biden and his people can come out and do during that debate that's going to put the American people back on their heels. What? I mean, the economy, the border, crime in the cities. I mean, what is these?
Okay, so the Democrats have absolutely nothing to brag about or crow about the past 4 years. All they can do is attack Trump, the person. So it is possible that we might be holding back some information about Trump that has not yet been released. And they may bring it up in the conversation to put him off his game. Because as far as the economy, the border, the job market, our military status, all that is shot to hell, okay? All they have is an attack against Trump or his family, because damn well Trump's going to bring up about Joe and his family, okay? So that's all they have. So they may have information. They're the ones pushing the whole thing with the New York court and the Georgia court. So they have information that they're trying to bring out to make him a felon. So that's all they have. That's all I have. I know.
But don't you think? But don't you think it's gonna fall on deaf ears because he hasn't been charged yet? Don't you think even if they come out?
No. The Democrats don't hear shit to start with. Okay.
I think it will in Georgia, because now Fani Willis is in all kinds of trouble for the way she handled herself through the Georgia trial, and there's a very good chance. I think, as you keep saying, Ray, that the Georgia trial is just going to be thrown out and forgotten about. And I think that will fall into New York. I think Judge Merchan in New York is doing his best to try to keep it together before it falls apart. I think the judge in Georgia has already decided it's over. So there's really nothing there.
And the chick down, and you know what? God help her. God, I pray for her, and y'all pray for the judge in Florida, the young duck. She looked good too. I forgot her name, but she's the one that is in charge of what's the dude name with the gray beard that's charging Trump? Not Richard Steele. What the hell is it? Richard Steele? No, what's his name? Well, anyway, his attorneys in just a day and a half have gotten her to the point where she's ready to throw the case out. But they've made they shit so convincing that she's got to take time to double and triple check before she makes her decision.
Yep.
The pit bull attorneys that Donald Trump got, these two men, waiting there to this Trump appointed judge and hit this young girl with the law and the facts. And she was, okay, writing this shit down. I'll get back. Georgia's about to disappear. New York, The document case, that's what this is. The document case is about to disappear. Do people not see all of this shit is disappearing? This in a couple of months is about to be just like the Russia.
Yeah. In the New York case, didn't Michael Cohen recently admit again that he basically lied and that he stole money? Supposedly, the possibly the money that was used to to pay Stormy. So some of those counts are going to some of those counts have to fall off, regardless of what Mershon wants to do. Some of those counts have to go away.
When the whole case, at the end of the day, is built on too many lies and is based off of one big lie. Oh man, I can't. He lies so much.
Yep.
To so many people. That's just the easiest way to say it. I'm not gonna say, yeah, he lied this and didn't lie. He lied so many times to so many different people in so many different venues under so many different oaths.
Right.
That's why you never. I had a gentleman on my show the other day, and he was up in Canada, and they have taken the Canadian flag out of their government institutions, out of their schools. I mean, if we really at the end of the day are going to lose hope in our rule of law here in America, because it all goes back to America, like I've always been saying, we're going to go through this shit. The rule of law is going to prevail.
Yep.
The rule of law is going to prevail in the end. That shit runs deep and long. But in the end, the rule of law here in America will prevail. As long as we have the people sitting on that last stand, which is the Supreme Court, which if that falls, then it goes to the court of the American people, and we don't ever want it to have to get to that.
No. What do you think, Ray? The future of the Supreme Court? Can you see the American people standing up one day? And I don't know, even if they stand up and say it. You see term limits coming to the Supreme Court?
Term limits should come to everything.
Okay. I'm glad to hear you say that.
There's no way a person so many years past another group of people can literally understand the way of life in which those people are living. Whether we like it or don't like it, in generations, things change. Whether it's for good or for bad.
What do you think, Randy? I put you on the spot, I know, but what do you think, Randy?
Can you rephrase the question?
Okay, before you answer that, let me give you one analogy.
Okay.
We all remember our parents told us, turn that music off. That ain't music. A small example of how generations see things differently. Yeah. So it creates, so you can't let people in the Supreme Court that are now 70 still live off of the ideas that they believe are best for people living in their 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s, because Things are different. So we need people that can relate to people in all positions.
You know, this is probably going to be wrong, but when I look at our world today, our country, okay, and I see the path it is on, it's on the path to self-destruction. The destruction of our government, the destruction of our military, our destruction of our police force, destruction of our schools, our education, our religion, our family. We are on the path of destroying ourselves, and we're going to, if we don't stop it, we're going to be, at least some of us who look at it with like-mindedness, looking at how we, I'm going to say, how in the hell did we get here? What prompted us to think that this life is better? I mean, I keep thinking back, and I think it had a lot to do with my doing geology, because I'm always doing things about history, about where we came from, how we got here. And I keep thinking back to the old black and white TV series, Mom stays home, she cooks, she cleans, the kids go to school, they come home, they do their homework, they go outside and they play until it's time to come for dinner. Dad's at work, he comes home, he's tired, he's exhausted. Mom brings him his favorite beverage. He puts his feet up, and he reads the newspaper, maybe watches the news on TV. Then we sit down at the table as a family. That's where we're breaking down. We don't sit down at the family table and break bread anymore. It's I'm off to work, I'm off to play, I'm not hungry. Or if you do come to the table, the cell phone is in your hand, you're eating real fast to get gobble through so you can get back to your cell phone, to your friends. We don't have family time. We don't have the time where we sat in the living room and we watched our favorite TV program, because God knows there is not much on TV that is worth a family sitting down to watch anymore. I miss that. When my dad and mom were alive, we had our family times. We had our meals together. We had our TV time together. We went to church together. Okay? We worked in the yard as a family. We pulled weeds. We mowed grass. But that's all gone. And that is what is destroying our nation. We've lost our family. We've lost our very being of who we are. But then you know what? I look at my neighborhood, and my neighborhood is, I would have to say, 75-80% Hispanic, which is not a bad thing normally, okay? I see these families. They are together. Mom, dad, grandparents, the children. They have family time together. They have dinner time together. They're outside working together. They're having a good time. They have not lost their family connection. It is us, the white Caucasians. I can't talk about black families. I can't speak now, okay? From a white Caucasian family, we are losing that, which made us a great nation. To get back to being a great nation, bring back church, bring back the ability to pray in school, throw out the falsities of the false religions out of the church, bring back the Baptist churches that preach the Bible. Okay, bring back the schools that taught the history of our nation, and not be ashamed of it. Embrace how we got here. And understand, acknowledge mistakes we made, so that we don't do it again. Bring back a government that is there for the people, not so they can make millions of dollars off a stock market inside trader or paying and investing in drugs and pharmaceuticals, but be there to represent the people of your consistency to make their lives better. The streets are paved. There's no holes. The abandoned houses and buildings are torn down and rebuilt or whatever. I saw a video of an entire block, and I don't know what town it is, totally painted over. People are shitting in the street. They're just burned out cars. And then to find out that it's here in the United States, where are the congressmen and senators who are there for their people? They're not anymore. They're there to make the buck fastest and to stay in office the longest. We need to get back to where we were to make this nation great again. And Trump, God, if he lives long enough, and if we have a truthful political polling and election, and he wins, he is the only man I see right now who has the ability to bring us back to where we were. And I'm off my soapbox.
No, you're okay. Ray, you want to respond? I think your mic is muted, Ray.
Oh, yeah, my mic was muted. My apologies.
Okay. Well, that's all right.
He's totally right on what he was talking about. I was trying to find something. But y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you can get those instant notifications. This is the Patriots Lab along with Dave Glove and Boogie with the Bull collab this morning for morning coffee. Dave, what platforms are you running on right now?
We are live on my profile on Facebook. We're live in some groups. We're live on my Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. We are live on X. If you follow me at Boogie WT Bull, the Boogie with the Bull profile, we're there. Also over on Streetlock, we are live, and Streetlock gets to use the Boogie with the Bull YouTube live chat if anyone watches there. We're live on Wimkin. Unfortunately, on Wimkin, we haven't figured out the live chat situation yet, and I promise we will either meet with Ray and figure it out, or we will just send some dinero to Wimkin and get it straightened out this week also, I promise. And where are you live, Ray? Where are you live this morning?
We are running on Facebook and X. And being that I'm restreaming, it left me a platform short. And that's a good thing because I didn't feel like dealing with YouTube this morning. You know, of all people, how YouTube can be sometimes.
Well, all I will say is that I don't expect to be on YouTube as it gets closer to the election. I don't expect to be on Facebook as it gets closer to the election, which is why we will push Rumble too. We just have to. People keep asking me. They keep telling me, just do it. Don't keep telling us we're gonna do it. Just do it. So we're gonna do it. I don't know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be doing it. It used to be easier. In the old days, they just told me, this is where you are, this is where you are, this is where you are, this is where you are. And I would just go, oh, great. Okay, this is where we are. And just say everywhere. But the actual factual is out there. You have to just find it. You'll always get it with Ray. We enjoy having Ray here. You get it with Randy a lot when Randy's here. I don't know what you get when I open my mouth every day. So if I ever say something that you don't agree with, people just come on in and tell me you don't agree. Because I'm not here to tell you my opinion and hope you take my opinion and do whatever I tell you to do. think about what Ray said today. Think about what I said today. Think about what Randy said today, and then form your own opinion and get out there and do it. Get out there and do it. We can win this election. We can win this election. I'm not going to say we already won this election. We can win this election. We can turn this country around. We can make America great. We can keep America great. I hope. I don't believe that Joe Biden and the Democrats took us down too far. But
no, they haven't taken us down too far. You still have many Americans that are out there, living the American dream, pursuing the American dream. Even as we go through everything we go through, you still got Americans out there working hard every day. You still got Americans out there buying homes. You still got Americans out there owning homes. You still got Americans out there buying cars. You still have America functioning.
Got American hardworking truck driver friends of mine on Facebook every day, and I they know they got to get that stuff from wherever it is to wherever you're going to buy it every day, and diesel is so high up. They tell me they don't know how they do it, but by the grace of God, they do it every week. And some of them had to go out and spend small fortunes to replace their tractors and their trailers this year. And I look at them and I just say, I don't know how you do it. Because if I had to go out and spend, a couple $100,000 on a brand new tractor and some thousands of dollars on a trailer, and I don't know. So, I mean, I respect these people, and they're out there and they're doing it, and they just want you to understand that it's getting harder on them. It is getting harder on them, and diesel prices are not coming down. Gas prices in some areas are starting to come down, but that doesn't help. It doesn't help the truck drivers. So just,
well, the government doesn't want the prices coming. They want the prices keep staying where they're at or go higher, because they want to push this damn electric car scenario.
And one of my favorite things about pushing the electric car thing is, do most people realize that most of the charging stations in your neighborhood or in your state are burning diesel to make electricity for you to charge your car? So if you didn't have an electric car and they weren't buying up all the diesel they could buy and keeping the prices so high up on everything else, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I don't want to harp on electric cars because I'm tired of, you park it in your garage and you hope it doesn't explode at night and take your house and your family with it.
I mean, I would have to think that if our military completely transforms over to all electric vehicles, that all our enemy needs is one of those blasts of the electromagnetic whatever waves that kills everything that's electric.
Oh, that's Jen mentioned it last night. Yep, if they did one last night.
Yeah, that's all it's going to take to wipe us out.
Yep. Ray, what do you think it will take? When do you think people will come and understand that electric car is just not the option?
I like to give the American people a lot more credit than I normally. Like this and like everything else, the American people understand that an electric vehicle is not the primary means you should have for transportation. Like everybody is saying, Electric vehicles is cool if you are a person that chooses to want to go out and get one. If I live here in Tennessee and I'm going to Gatlinburg, which is only 110 miles round trip, and I want to get in my EV and go, great, I'll go. But there are too many Americans that already know you cannot travel cross country with an electric vehicle. Pursuant to the reasons Randy just stated,
Yep.
Given our total traveling accessibility away, where they can shut us down. People need to understand our electric grids are not ours. We could just say, we might as well say we're renting them from China. They run them.
Yep.
So China basically allows us to operate off of their components, which they have the technology and capability of shutting down at any time. So
I'm reading more and more every day that Tesla, Elon Musk, is talking about switching it over to hydrogen.
Hey, have what you want. The bottom line is you can't get rid of fuel. You can't.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't.
So
you can't.
That's not going to work. You can't fly planes with it. Tanks can't run on it. It's just not. And the American people understand that shit.
Yep.
We know when we're being. We might not want to look at it and face it, but we know when we're being fed a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. I'd rather have the electricity for my air conditioner here in Florida.
I mean, if somebody dropped the EV off at your house today and handed you the keys, I'm sure you wouldn't turn it away. But you'd know how far to go on that shit.
Oh, no. Anyway, I'm not sure, but we are coming up on 11:05.
Yeah.
We've done our hour this morning. I don't know what Randy has to do, but you guys are welcome to go over to the Patriot Lab platform if you want to continue. On my end, I unfortunately have to wrap it down.
You just going to suppose I want to leave.
Well, you're welcome to leave.
Yeah, everybody just go to the Patriots Lab. I didn't invite nobody to my house for a party.
Okay, no one was invited to the Patriots Lab. There is no party. Go downstairs to Randy Rhodes' house, and
I can just see myself going to Dave's house for a party now. Okay, party's closed. Everybody go to Randy's house.
Yeah, that's what. And
now we're gonna pass. We're gonna meet everybody at the entrance to our neighborhood with maps to your house in Tennessee.
No, I just want to end with this. In my area, the Amish, the black bumper, the actual traditional Amish, the Mennonites, the Dunkards, the Quakers, who still live the way they lived when they first came to this new world. They travel by horse and buggy, and they have to put into in their thought process, how long is it going to take me to go from point A to point B in my horse and buggy, and because they'll load up the family, and there'll be 2 or 3 buggies, and they'll be going down our traditional streets. They try to stick to the country roads as much as possible to stay away from traffic, but they have to keep that in mind. But when they get there, there's no worry about what you want to refill your horse with. Just going to eat grass or eat oats or hay, whatever, and the people put up their horses in their barns, and they have they put out the food, the picnics, they have a good family time. They've learned to live this lifestyle, and it works for them. Traditionally they all vote for Trump. Okay, I mean, this the 2020 election. Holy smokes, they came out in droves to vote for Trump. Will they do it again this year? I don't know. They might have gotten so fed up with the way things went that they don't care anymore. But but all that aside, And going back to what I was saying earlier, their church is the way they do church is the way they did church 250 years ago. The men sit on the one side, the women sit on the other side. Traditionally, there's no hymnals because they have all the songs memorized. The older folks sit up front, the younger folks sit in the back. Up front, you have your elders and your deacons, okay? And they traditionally the service is done in Dutch German, okay? And that's what they do. And afterwards, they have a good family meal. The men eat first, women eat second. While kids are outside playing. I mean, even Ray mentioned the other day about how a house burns down, wherever there's tragedy, they all come together, and they rebuild, they replace, and they stick together. And they've done that for over 250 years here in the United States. And that's where they lived back in the days of when they lived in Europe. We need to get back that way.
We do.
Maybe not the horse and buggy, but we need to get back to the traditional family, the traditional church, and the government that is there for the people.
Yep.
And if we don't do that, kiss this nation goodbye.
Yep. Randy, where will people find you tomorrow night?
In my house.
Well, no, I just meant because we're not going to, we're not going to do a boogie with the bull Thursday night. It's just easier.
Yeah.
Let those who want to be on do it.
I really got to buckle down and get some stuff together for a broadcast for Sunday. I kind of lost things this past Sunday because I had some computer work being done, and it just took way a lot longer than one of those two. And my Sunday thing, I think, turned into a fiasco. Right. I might just end the Sunday broadcast because nobody really watches anyways. I might just stick to do what I do and just try to bring on some more new clients. I need 2 new clients to make my budget work.
Then plug, take a minute and plug Roads Lead You Home Genealogy better than I can. Go ahead.
So I have 2 openings. And the reason why I say 2 openings is that I give 2 to 3 hours per day per client, sometimes longer if I find some really neat stuff, okay? But traditionally, it's 2 to 3 hours per day, so I know how many people I need to make my day filled. I had 2 people, a husband and wife, who just recently left because they had some financial things come up. And they really loved what I was finding for them. I found the guy's dad, his biological father. He loved that. I found it, and when I found his biological father, I found that whole lineage going back to day one. These guys were really pleased. So I have 2 openings. I'm doing an offer of 10 days for free. If you reach out, means a boogie with the bull, okay? You'll get 10 days free of my service just to show you what I can do in 10 days. Think what I can find for you in a month, 2 months. I've had clients right now, Miss Mindy Esposito. She's on Facebook. She's been with me almost 2 years now. I have a lot of clients who'll be willing to step up and talk about me and what I've done for them. Just give me a chance. It's like Trump said, what you have to lose? Give me a chance. So,
okay.
There you have it.
All right, there we have it. And Ray, you want to take a minute? Say anything. What time tomorrow night will you be on?
Great show today.
No, I'm not asking for any of that. What time will you be on tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. That's when the chats will open up. I only have 6 slots available, so the link will be up there. Got a couple of soul call commits so far, but we know how everyone's agendas can change depending on things happening.
Good.
But yeah, we're gonna sit back and we're gonna watch this thing. Bring your popcorn, your favorite beverage, and we'll critique it as it airs in real time and have some fun. But other than that, I appreciate the opportunity to come on with you gentlemen as always.
Anytime.
And spit a little actual and factual with you guys.
Anytime.
What's going on?
Anytime, Ray, you're always welcome. And Randy, you're always welcome. You could have had a handicap parking space today if he came.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ray.
I'm not even on all the platforms, so I already know. Facebook, thank you. We had hit over 100 on this live show. Appreciate y'all for waking up, joining the podcast.
Yep.
Keep supporting, keep grinding.
That is all we can do. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure having both of you here this morning, and I look forward to the next time we are together.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, Randy. All right, Ray, let's see. Let's do... Whoop, Randy always leaves first, then Ray. The actual and factual. Hey, if you, like I said, if you're watching and you have a comment, and it doesn't necessarily agree with anything you hear anyone say, me or Randy or a guest, Ray, anyone else, please come into the live chat and say so. And in the right set of circumstances, we will bring you on the broadcast with us. I'm going to put this on the screen one more time. There will not be a Boogie with the Bull broadcast tomorrow evening. 7 p.m. Thursday Night Live will not be there. It will be preempted by those who want to watch the first debate between President Trump and President Biden. William Rayfield will be doing one at 8 o'clock on the Patriots Lab, so tune in and catch that. Over on Wimkin and over on Rumble, the American Rebellion, Jerry Michaels and Nikki Young will be doing one over there. So go over there and watch. I will probably roam between both of them. I really want to pay attention to it. I really, really do. And I want to share it all over Facebook. We will probably talk about it on Friday's Red Friday morning caffeine with Bill Buckler and a few other people just on this one particular one to talk about it, perhaps. And it's crunch time, people. It really is. It's time to start making your decisions on what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And let's just get it done. It doesn't matter if the Democrats march out a brand new shiny candidate for president on Thursday night. President Trump is ready to knock him over and just keep us trucking along. So pay attention on the debate tomorrow night and tune into Friday's Red Friday morning caffeine. And we'll kick it around over there. Boogie with the Bull broadcasts right now are Monday and Wednesday with Randy Rhodes and I and whoever else shows up. Fridays with Bill Muckler and sometimes a few people to discuss things. And Tuesday and Thursday nights generally are an open casting call to anybody who wants to join us on the panel. And we go from there. It was my pleasure to have everybody watch today, especially over on the Patriots Lab, Patriots Lab Uncensored. Make sure you ring that bell, and that way you'll get notified every time Brother Ray is on, whether he's on with us, on by himself, or on with other people. I want to thank William Rayfield for being here, Randy for being here. Over on Street Lock, I want to thank all of you who watched, and maybe we'll get you into the live chat more and more and more. And we appreciate that. Dr. David Novar, thank you for watching and scrolling up. I think that was it. But an informative broadcast, I think, sharing morning caffeine this morning with all you. 29 people watched, 19 shares, and hopefully it will grow up from there. So double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. You've been watching Boogie with the Bull Wednesday morning caffeine, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. If we violated your copyright, please contact me and we'll bring you on to a Boogie with the Bull broadcast where we will probably violate it again and then apologize for doing so. And just pay attention. Watch the debate tomorrow. Watch the debate And pay attention to what Joe Biden says and does. Pay attention to what Donald Trump says and does. And then I think you will know who the right choice is. But you have to vote for you, not vote for me or Randy or Ray. You have to vote for yourself. And you get what you vote for. Anyway, I'm Dave Logan. You're not. The dogs were fed. I was fed. The cat was fed. Delilah was fed. Everybody's been fed. So I'm not sure what's going to happen in the next few minutes. To those of you that are members of Stand with Trump and Donald Trump groups, yeah, we're still working on the new membership posting situation. And now we are starting to work on the invited members list. On the invited members list in Donald Trump, there are over 4,200 members. If you are inviting people, only invite the people right now that are going to join the group right now. That way we can go through and start deleting the people from the 4,200 invited member list in Donald Trump and get it down to the people that are actually going to join the group. It will take us forever, the way Facebook is, to clean that list up. So if you're in Donald Trump and you're inviting people to join, only invite your friends that are going to join. Please don't invite your entire friend list. And please do not be upset if you go in and look and we remove what looked like your entire friend list. We just have to get it from 4,200 down to like 42. And then just keep going and keep going from there. You're probably only going to get a week if you're an invited member in Donald Trump right now with 4,200 members waiting to accept their invitation. You're only probably going to get a week now, and then you're going to get removed. It's the only way we can deal with processing a 4,200 member invited member list. We just have to get it moving, and sometimes you have to do what you have to do. With the, like I said, the new member welcomes, we're going to just work on it until we figure out a way to get it done. So you may see everyone post at least once a day in the morning. That tries to get everybody who sees it to at least come onto the post and comment and check in and say that you're in the group and maybe talk about what you're doing to help get President Trump elected and build some conversations in the group as we can. If you're in the group, please start posting in the group. Please, 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 please. 3,500 active members in the group. You gotta know something on Facebook every day, and just post it in there. Share it in all of the other groups that you're in, and we're gonna get this group. We're gonna get this group up to about 7,000 people right now. That's my projection. Right now, we're going to get that group up to about 7,000 people. And then right before the election, it's just going to explode a little bit and maybe hit 10,000. And then after the election, and the win of President Trump, we will put major efforts into growing and maintaining Donald Trump group as well. And that's just all I'm going to say on that. So live well, live prosper. Please stay very, very, very careful if you're here in Florida or on the East Coast and you're going outside today where it is 91 degrees, and it feels like it's 103 degrees outside. Be very careful, okay? This is the time of the year where I will tell you, don't just slather the top of your head with sunblock, wear a hat. And I'm going to start doing it too. Slather the top of your head with sunblock and wear a hat. And be careful when you're out there. Make sure you stay hydrated when you're outside. Even if you're just riding around in your car running errands, make sure you stay hydrated. The winds are from 7 miles an hour from the west. The high predicted today was 94 degrees. The low was 80. Well, we're way over that right now. So just be careful. The rains do come. The rains came off and on last night and cooled us off a bit, but then we shot just way back up. Hey, if you're looking for the best in handmade crochet family treasures, please go to the Family Treasures Facebook page and look at all the beautiful things that are made by my wife Donna and our daughter-in-law Angela. And if you see something that you like, please order it. If you see something you like but you would like it better as a custom order, please message Donna and let her know. Okay, the prices are just fantastic in your favor as well for custom orders. And think about that. It's the Family Treasures Facebook page. And there's more than one, but the one I want you to go to has a multicolored chicken as the profile picture. If you can't find it, message me and I'll get the link for it and I'll send it to you. But go to the page, take a look around, and I'm sure you will be very, 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 very happy. And on that note, bye-bye. We will see you the next time we see you on Boogie with the Bull.